All right, so I wanted to go over the team master predictions. Because it's almost 12 p.m. on April 15th, so I think it would just make sense for me to do it today. For who I think are going to get the team master for each team, they said there's gonna be one for each team, and I've put 16 offensive players and 16 defensive players in total, just to make it even, because I feel like that's something they would do, even though it's EA. I don't think they're gonna do that. Also, I didn't do kickers, punters, offensive linemen because I don't know enough about each position for each team to really have a say on that stuff and who's good and who's not good. And also, I went by their overall in Madden and how good they really were in the NFL this past season. Um, Obviously, first one's Buda Baker. I would have probably chosen him myself as well. But yeah, he's already been announced, so Buda Baker for the Cardinals. Next up, Calvin Ridley. I think it would make sense for it to be Calvin Ridley or Matt Ryan for the Falcons. They both got their cards around Christmas time, in 2020, and they both are probably their offensive standouts other than Julio Jones and Todd Gurley quite possibly could get one, but he's not really as much a standout as Calvin Ridley or Matt Ryan. And most of their defensive sets have already gotten cards or upgrades. Fletcher Cox, Gunnar Neal, AJ Terrell, etc. Um, AJ Terrell, whatever. But yeah, I think it could be Calvin Ridley or Matt Ryan, but I feel like Calvin Ridley for more for name value in a way. Plus, Falcons teams already have freaking amazing quarterbacks like Mike Vick or whatever. Ravens, I went with Marlon Humphrey. I went with Marlon Humphrey because he only has a 92 overall, and his last card was in about October or November with his 92 overall limited card. Um, I think he had also an 88 overall. Like he got upgrades quite fast within each other, but then he's on this like 6 month long break or something. And I think he deserves another card. He's one of their defensive studs, and I could also see it be Marcus Peters. But I think now is a good time for them to give upgrades to standout guys on each team who have not gotten upgrades, like Marlon Humphrey or Buda Baker, both have 92s and haven't gotten upgrades since November or October. Next one, Bills, Jordan Poyer. He does have a 95 overall, but a lot of the Bills guys are have cards already. Micah Hyde, Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, etc. But I think it's going to be Jordan Poyer. Also note that throughout this list, you're going to see there's not a lot of defensive linemen, and I think there's maybe one or two, maybe more, but there's a bunch of defensive lineman cards in this game, and a lot of those guys have already gotten upgrades, and like the big name guys. So if I miss out, I'm obviously not gonna go 32 for 32. I feel like I'm gonna get at least like 10 of them right. I feel maybe 5 or something, but I feel like I'm in like vicinity of getting them right or wrong. I feel like it was just like 50-50 for EA of which card they want to make. But going on, Jordan Poyer, he's one of their like defensive sets. Tre'Davious White. It could also be Tre'Davious White. It's 50-50 for me putting Tre'Davious White or Jordan Poyer. I'm gonna lean more towards Trey White. Just for the sake of trying to be as correct as possible, I'm gonna go with Tre'Davious White here. Makes more sense. Probably the better defensive player, and he's gonna have a good card in Madden. I think I'm changing it to Tre'Davious White. Both good players. I could see it being either one of them, but Tre'Davious White because I think he got a Christmas card, he got a Ghost card, and then Jordan Poyer got one in early January. So they're kind of released around the same time-ish, but I think he's going to be Tre'Davious White because he's better. Panthers, kind of no-brainer in a way. Christian McCaffrey, I could also see it being DJ Moore. Christian McCaffrey's more of a team master, though, team leader, just overall very, very good player. He has a 95 overall, again, at Christmas. A lot of these guys haven't gotten upgrades since Christmas, so I think a lot of them are going to be getting upgrades again. But Christian McCaffrey makes nothing but sense here. So yeah, Christian McCaffrey for the Panthers. Don't really need to explain that one. But yeah. Bears, Roquan Smith got kind of shafted out of Team of the Year. Him or Fred Warner. Obviously, I'm more of a Fred Warner fan because I'm a 49ers fan. But it could have been him or Roquan Smith, and again, give it to Fred Warner. But now's the time for Roquan Smith to get it. A lot of their defensive guys have already gotten upgrades, and it's Akeem Hicks, Khalil Mack, Jalen Johnson even has a better card than him. Mitch Trubisky's not on their team anymore, but they got Dave Montgomery with a 95. I think Allen Robinson has a 97. Darnell Mooney even has a 93. So I think it makes nothing but sense for it to be Roquan Smith. Next is Bengals Joe Burrow. He was already released. Makes sense. It would feel like it would have been him or Tyler Boyd. Next up is Browns OBJ. They have a lot of guys who have those 93 to 95 overall cards that I feel like can get upgrades. Jarvis Landry, Nick Chubb has a 96. But I feel like it's safe to go with Odell Beckham Jr. because he's pretty damn good at football. Granted, he didn't play a lot last season. I'm kind of taking that out of like what kind of affects them to get a card. He's one of their best players, undoubtedly. So I think Odell Beckham Jr. is a good pick. Next up is Cowboys, Amari Cooper. I feel like it's going to be one of their 3 wide receivers. Michael Gallup has a 95. Lamb has a 95. But Amari Cooper has a 91 overall. Limited. That didn't come out since October or November alongside Marlon Humphrey. And he's probably their best wide receiver. So I feel like it only makes sense for him to get one. If anything, maybe Zeke. But he didn't have the best season last year. I know Amari Cooper had like maybe I think it was like just shy of 1,000 yards or like 1,200 yards. He did very good last season, so I feel like it's kind of a lock on Amari Cooper. I feel like him and Devontae Adams, which I'll get to later, obviously, higher locks. Broncos Justin Simmons makes nothing but sense. He got one of the highest paid contracts for safeties in NFL history, I believe, and he's insane. I feel like it'd be him or Kareem Jackson. I'm pretty sure they signed Kareem Jackson again. Not 100% sure, but I feel like Justin Simmons, he has an 89 team standout, so that card didn't come out since like Series 2, which was like October or November. Again, like a lot of these other cards. So I think Justin Simmons makes sense. Next, Lions. The Lions was definitely the hardest to choose. They don't have a lot of insane players. A lot of their guys are legends, which kind of feels weird to say now. But I feel like it was really between Jeff Okudah, DeAndre Swift, and Desmond Trufant. But I went with Jeff Okudah just because he's a rookie, and I feel like he's going to be... First season, obviously, you can't really base off of first season. Give him 2 more seasons to really judge his career. 3rd overall pick. He definitely has it in him. I feel like he's going to get it. Packers, Devontae Adams. I'm not even going to say anything. Hasn't gotten a card. I think it was either him or Dak Prescott that got it week 1, and then the other one got week 2. But that's September was his last card. That is 7 months. That's too long for the best wide receiver in the NFL to get a card. I'm sorry. Next up, Texans, Zach Cunningham. That one was already announced by them. I didn't really go over Texans that much because I'm kind of glad they announced who it was going to be because I don't know the Texans at all. But yeah, okay. Next is, just the way, I just wanted to point this out. I guess I'll just scroll down. You saw Darius Leonard. I guess I'll just go over Darius Leonard and I'll drop back to what I was saying. Darius Leonard, one of their best defensive pieces. I could see it being him, T.Y. Hilton, or maybe Michael Pittman Jr. I don't know. I didn't want to go too far down in overall, like past 89 overall, really, because yeah, those guys are good, but I feel like they would have had some sort of good card if they were, good enough. But yeah, Darius Leonard, he's really good. I feel like he deserves it. He's a 95 playoff card. I'll give it to him. But yeah, what I was saying is, I don't know what I was saying. But okay. Oh my god, I do not remember what I was saying. That sucks. Oh yeah, okay, no, I remember. So what I was saying is, I know I'm obviously not gonna get 32 out of 32, but what makes it even more harder for me to think I'm going to get 32 out of 32 is with the Zach Cunningham choice. Now, I don't know much about Zach Cunningham or the Texans defense in general other than that it sucks. But being that they chose Zach Cunningham, I probably would have chosen more of a bigger name for the Texans. But that just shows they're probably going to go with probably big names and lesser known names from that other teams' fans might not know of. But yeah, so that's what I was saying. So I kind of went with a bigger name pick for each team that I feel like should get it. But yeah, let's keep going. Jaguars, DJ Shark Jr., he has an 88, I'm pretty sure. If I could just check, Mutthead. He's an 88 overall after a core gold. Sorry for that. That is insane in my eyes. He's probably their best wide receiver right now. Him and Laviska Shenault, and Laviska Shenault has a 94. He just got one for the Sugar Rush. DJ Chark makes perfect sense, and the fact that they're not going with power ups, like as an option that they like as a necessity for the card to have, makes it more sense to give it to DJ Chark Jr. Because like with limiteds, they have to have a power up already, so makes it a little bit easier. Okay, next up, Chiefs Mahomes. Again, this and Devontae Adams. I feel like Mahomes could be getting card for something else, but I feel like it makes sense to give it for Team Masters. 99 overall Mahomes card would be insanely good. He better have more speed than Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Mahomes just makes sense. Who else, really? Raiders, Max Crosby. This is another tough one. But I feel like you go to Max Crosby or Cleveland Farrell. Their other defensive lineman. I forgot how to pronounce his name for some reason, even though I was saying it just fine earlier. But the Max Crosby, he's definitely up on rising. He's definitely gonna hopefully have a breakout year next year. Him and Cleveland, I'm just gonna call him that, will hopefully be pretty damn good out the edges or wherever they're rushing from. I feel like Max Crosby just makes sense, so I'm gonna go with Max Crosby. He has a 90 overall, I believe. I think it might be a 92. It's definitely team of the week. I'm pretty sure. Might be something different, but that's not the point. But I feel like it would be Max Crosby. Chargers, Keenan Allen has a 92 overall. I think it was no, it was not limited, but I think it was like he's 92 overall from team of the week. Makes sense. He's their best wide receiver. He's insanely good. They didn't really have anything special on defense. Chris Harris Jr. Not Chris Harris Jr. Casey Hayward Jr. I think I might be, but Casey Hayward, he's not on. He's a free agent right now. He's definitely gonna have to get picked up. I don't see him not being signed somewhere. But Chargers, Keenan Allen makes nothing but sense. Obviously, that makes perfect sense. Rams, Jalen Ramsey, best corner in the league, 95 overall. He has 92 speed on that card. 92 speed on a 95. He needs a 99 overall. I hate the Rams, but Jalen Ramsey got shafted. And I know it was 97 over. I think it was 97 or 96 last year in Adam 20. Insanely good card. VDR. Jalen Ramsey definitely deserves the upgrade. Dolphins, Devontae Parker has a 94 overall. It was unlimited. I think it was right before Christmas, I think he got a card, because I remember wanting to get it because it was like 93 speed or something. It was up to 96, which was one of like the fastest cards at the time. So I remember wanting to get that, but I think it was right before Christmas, maybe like middle of December. I think Devontae Parker gets it. Maybe somebody on defense, Andrew Van Ginkel or whatever. I don't know a lot about the team in general. I know it's a lot of underdogs, but I feel like Devontae Parker should get it. Next is Vikings, Harrison Smith. He has a 93 overall with 88 speed. I remember his 97 from last year was very good. I remember using it. But I feel like just a big guy. He's big. He's a heavy hitter. Good in zone. Probably would be good as a linebacker. He's in the middle of the field, if anything. I feel like he'd be good there. He probably wouldn't be the fastest, but would be pretty damn good there. Pretty damn good card with the zone and hit power. Probably a block shed, if anything. I'm not sure, though. Patriots, Stephon Gilmore has a 94 overall. Again, a Christmas card. I think it was a ghost. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, 94 overall. Another slow guy, but I feel like it makes sense to give it to Stephon Gilmore. Probably one of their best defensive players, one of their best players in general. Their offense sucks, so I kind of already scratched that one out when I was making this to find who would be for the Patriots. So yeah, Stephon Gilmore makes sense. Saints, Michael Thomas. He has a 93 overall from Christmas, believe it or not. It was one of the ghosts. No. I'm not saying like the past, present, future things. I think it's present. Michael Thomas makes sense. One of the best offensive players. And if it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for Drew Brees getting. If it wasn't for Drew Brees retiring, I probably would have given it to Brees. But since he retired and got a 99 overall, Michael Thomas makes sense. Giants, Saquon Barkley has a 92 overall. I think he was released with Marlon Humphreys. I don't know if he was, but it would just be funny if he was. But I feel like Saquon Barkley should be getting it. He's probably one of their best. They have a very underrated team, underrated defense especially, and their offense is pretty damn good. And Saquon Barkley makes sense, him or Danny Dimes, I feel. But Saquon Barkley is just a better player. He has the lower overall card. I feel like Saquon Barkley makes sense. Jets, Marcus May, I think he has an 89 overall card. Steam standouts. He may have gotten something else. I don't know. I know he got signed again. He's definitely one of their best defensive players, and was one of their best players in general. He had like that butt interception. I don't know against who, but yeah, he had that amazing catch, and that kind of made everybody realize him that he's pretty damn good. So I think Marcus May makes sense. Eagles, Miles Sanders. The Eagles, a lot of their guys are obviously legends, or ultimate legends. Guys that aren't in the league anymore. I feel like Miles Sanders makes somewhat sense. Could kind of be anybody on that team. Maybe Fulgham, but whatever. He had like that 3-4 game stint, and then off to space. Miles Sanders, he's always been pretty good. I feel like he has a 92 overall team of the week card. A lot of these cards I've noticed are getting team of the week cards, or team standouts, or Christmas cards. So yeah, a kind of a trend that they just release all their cards around there. But yeah, next, Steelers, Minka. Another Christmas card, 93 overall. Very good player in the NFL. Very good card. That could be in Madden. He's kind of a lock after he didn't get it for a limited. So I think Minka Fitzpatrick makes sense. Very good player. Very good. Going to be a very good card. One of their top defensive guys. I feel like he makes sense. I would also be like, oh, Robert Spillane, because I know he just got a contract. He signed a contract with the Steelers after he took place for Devin Bush. But like, I think I want to give it to a bigger name guy who definitely deserves an upgrade over him. But just like that thought in the back of my head that maybe it's just gonna be one of those underrated guys. But Minka Fitzpatrick just makes too much sense to not have him get an upgrade. 49ers, George Kittle has a 93 overall card. I'm a 49ers fan. I do not want it to be Kyle Juszczyk. I do not want it to be Eric Armstead. I do not want it to be Dre Greenlaw. Just be George Kittle. We'll have George Kittle and Vernon Davis probably going to be the best tight ends, the best tight end duo, I feel, in the game. If he has 88 speed on his 93, plus 6. I feel like maybe 93 speed on that card. Maybe 92, 97, 98 speed on full 49ers team. That's going to be insanely good. But yeah, Kittle, amazing card. Amazing player in the NFL. Best tight end in the league. Him and Chelsea are pretty much tied in my opinion. But 49ers fan, so I'm going to give the edge to Kittle. Yep. Next one, Seahawks, Bobby Wagner. I could see it being DK Metcalf or Bobby Wagner, but I chose Bobby Wagner just so it could be 16 offense, 16 defensive players. Bobby Wagner has a 95 overall from Christmas, along with DK Metcalf, who got one for playoffs. But I feel like Bobby Wagner, one of the best middle linebacker, top 3 middle linebacker, insanely good. Bobby Wagner makes sense. Buccaneers, Mike Evans, who was already announced. See, this is where I get again with the freaking underrated with Zach Cunningham. Mike Evans, he has a 96 overall. I tried not to include 96 overalls. I tried to go 95 to 89. But yeah, Mike Evans, he's a 96 overall card. I feel like that's kind of a stretch, being that they had Shaq Barrett, who should have gotten a card. They just have a bunch of guys on defense, especially those guys that popped off in the Super Bowl, who deserved a card. Yeah, I don't think it should have been Mike Evans, but he's already been announced, so yeah. Next up, Titans, Adoree Jackson. He still hasn't gotten an upgrade the entire season. He has an 81 overall elite card, and that's his max card right now. I feel like it could be him or Kenny Vaccaro. Those make sense. I feel like they should get a defensive upgrade because their defense isn't known to be great. But a lot of their guys on offense have already gotten cards, so I feel like it would make sense for it to be Adoree Jackson since he has not gotten an upgrade the entire year. And just going from an 81 to a 99, that's going to be a weird jump. But yeah, I feel like he should get the card. Next up is, I think we got one more. Yep, Washington football team, Logan Thomas. So I didn't want it to be a defensive player because I know all Washington gets is defensive players. So I think it was just fair to give them an offensive player. And Logan Thomas, he's a 92 overall. I didn't want to give it to Terry McLaurin because he has a 97, 96 overall. I didn't. Obviously Fitzmagic, he hasn't played with him. Uh, Maybe Heineke. That would have been kind of just like a meme pick. I know they don't tend to do that, but I feel like Logan Thomas is a good pick because he's very underrated tight end. He's very good tight end. He has a 92 overall. He got from Team Standouts, believe it or not. I feel like it's gonna be him. So yeah, here's the full list right here. We got Cardinals, Buda Baker, Falcons, Calvin Ridley, Ravens, Marlon Humphrey, Bills, Tre'Davious White, Panthers, Christian McCaffrey, Bears, Roquan Smith, Bengals, Joe Burrow, Browns, Odell Beckham Jr., Cowboys, Amari Cooper, Broncos, Justin Simmons, Lions, Jeff Okuda, Packers, Devontae Adams, Texans, Zach Cunningham, Colts, Darius Leonard, Jaguars, DJ Chark Jr., Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, Raiders, Max Crosby, Chargers, Keenan Allen, Rams, Jalen Ramsey, Dolphins, Devontae Parker, Vikings, Harrison Smith, Patriots, Stephon Gilmore, Saints, Michael Thomas, Giants, Saquon Barkley, Jets, Marcus May, Eagles, Miles Sanders, Steelers, Micah Fitzpatrick, 49ers, George Kittle, Seahawks, Bobby Wagner, Buccaneers, Mike Evans, Titans, Adoree Jackson, and Washington football team, Logan Thomas. I'll check back in tomorrow morning or whenever they release who's actually getting cards, and I'll see how close I got. So yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, peace out. Let's see how we did.